Hi students, we have already discussed about the Mughal Empire, the rulers in the Mughal Empire. Now we will see the administration in the Mughal Empire. Babur and Humayun could not concentrate on establishing a definite system or pattern in their administration. The office of the Diwan was strengthened under Akbar. The chief Diwan was made responsible for the revenue and the finance. His primary duty was to service the imperial treasury and to check all the accounts. Now we will see the Akbar's administrative policy. Akbar's administrative policy, first we will see the division of the provinces. In 1580, Akbar divided the whole territory under the Mughals into 12 provinces, which were called the Subas. Now, next is Mansabdari system. Akbar introduced the Mansabdari system in the Mughal military administration. Mansab denoted three things. It determined the status or ranks of the holders, the Mansabdar, in the official hierarchy. It fixed the pay of the Mansabdar. It fixed the specified number of sawar or contingents with horses and equipment that the Mansabdar had to maintain. The rank and the salary of the Mansabdar were determined by the numerical value called Jat. Next is military administration. Akbar also gave a new shape in the military administration. Jagirdari system. During Akbar reign, all Mansabdars were paid in cash or in the form of Jagir. Next comes the land revenue system. The main sources of the land revenue income available to Mughal ruler was land revenue, including the tax on the produce of the peasantry. All land was measured and divided into four parts: Polas, Paroti, Chachar and Banjar. Now the Mir Bakshi was in charge of the military. He passed all orders of appointments of the Mansabdars. The Mir Saman, the official in charge of the royal karkhanas, who supervised the purchase of all kinds of articles and their storage for the royal household and the manufacture of different articles, be it weapon of war or article luxury. The government of Subadar was directly appointed by the emperor. Now, next is the town police commander. Thus, the Mughals kept a watch over their officials in the provinces through office and institution independent of each other. Besides the Mughal ruler, frequent visits to every Suba and system of frequent transfer of the official after the period of 3 years on average helped the Mughal in checking the officials. Now comes the Mughal Empire in crisis. The revenue expression from the peasantry on each a wide scale provided the Mughal Emperor with a rich treasury. These resources helped the emperor to carry out the campaigns to distinct religions and build beautiful monuments. Now but the scale of revenue collection left very little in the hand of the peasant and the artisans. They could hardly save money to invest in the buying tools to increase productivity. During the reign of Aurangzeb, due to the increasing financial strain of the Deccan wars and dislocation of the administration, a large number of nobles from Deccan were given mansabs by Aurangzeb, which created a crisis of Jagir's land. The other reason of declining was that the nobles viewed of the most profitable Jagir, leading to the corruption. When the power of the Mughals declined, these Mughals governors emerged as centers of power in the reign, although many of them continued to recognize the Mughal emperor in Delhi as their sovereign. They held autonomous command of provinces like Awadh, Hyderabad, etc. Thank you.